Right now, across the eastern U.S., temperatures are running 20 to 30 degrees above normal in a lot of the areas. And we have a mighty clipper midweek that is going to disrupt a lot of people over in the Midwest and Northeast, and a very large system that is going to disrupt everything and have the potential to produce severe weather on Friday and Saturday, and a sneaky little rain threat in the desert Southwest. So let's get right into it. This is our Jetstream currently. We are in a ridge in the east. Over the next 1 or 2 days, it is going to be quite significantly warm. By Wednesday, we are going to have a small disturbance, a clipper move through. This is going to allow for some slightly cooler air to move through. Our heat isn't going to be that far to the north, but our heat ridge is actually going to build all the way up into Indiana, Ohio, southern Ontario, and over here into the northeast too. Right here, we have a system as we head into Friday. It's going to bring down some cooler air over here in the Rockies, and this is going to combine with a very large jet streak, and this is going to disrupt our whole pattern and produce a pretty good dose of severe weather over here in the south central U.S. Now, here's what this could look like over the next little bit. We have a clipper moving through in the meantime tonight into tomorrow, and we're going to have another one. We'll go deep dive onto these later, but these are going to move through, again, bringing some cooler air. But here we are. Our warm nose of our system is going to go all the way up into Michigan, Canada, and here's our disturbance right here. This is a very strong area of storms and rain, and this could produce some widespread severe weather anywhere from southern Indiana down into the south and east. And with this first portion of our system, we're not really going to have a lot of snow until Michigan and up there. So this is mostly just a severe weather threat. And behind this, we have some cooler air. Also maybe a potential for some snow over here in the southern plains. I'll break that down in another video because it's still kind of far out there. But look at this. We have yet another threat on Saturday over here in the southeast before this again moves on. And we have yet another dip of some cooler air. This one allows for some lake effect snow as well. Here's what our European is saying. That system midweek is going to go through there. And here's our severe weather. Breaking out a little earlier, we have some pretty big areas of severe weather early on Thursday. And it really gets widespread on Friday, stretching from Indiana to Arkansas, maybe into Ohio and into the Northeast. And look at our Saturday threat again, almost more significant, but I think it's looking more like a line of storms. And here is our cold front that is going to move through, making it a lot more intense of a system than a GFS shows. Now, here's another interesting system we have here, showing some snow maybe over here in the Northeast too. I've seen a little signal that there might be a nor'easter in the next week or two, but the bigger signal is some cooler air. We have all this cold air dip down and is significant cool air, as you can see with our lake effect snow, as compared to our previous system, which again does not have as much lake effect snow, especially on the GFS. Now, looking at our Friday, this is a day 5, equivalent slight risk of severe weather, stretching from Louisiana all the way up into southern Illinois and Indiana. This could very well shift, as it is still 5 days out, and I think we could have up to a moderate risk on either Friday or Saturday, but an enhanced risk is a better bet. Now, here's some fuel that could be playing into the potential for our severe weather. Because this system is going to dip down, it's going to allow for some of this Gulf instability to make its way all the way into eastern Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and over here on Saturday, late Friday into Saturday, we have our peak here stretching all the way up into Ohio with some of our instability there, which is relatively uncommon for this time of year. And even Sunday, there is still some instability, so something still to watch for that down here in the southeast. Now, moving to the current little system over here in the northeast, right now, this is what it looks like right now. We're producing some snow over here in the northeast. This is going to continue as we head into the evening and early morning hours, but this is going to move out very quickly, and our next system is going to develop. This is a little weather system, got a little warm nose here, which is going to keep most of us further to the south with some rain, but those of us that are way up into the north are going to get some snow, maybe even Detroit potentially. But I think most of the snow is going to be up into Canada, and those of you up in the upper northeast, yet some of you might still get rain. But I think Maine is going to be the banger for all of the snow. Not to be funny with banger Maine. Now to move to a very interesting threat to the southwest that I've been noticing. Again, we have our normal atmospheric river over here in the north, but we also have a very far south atmospheric river that is going to drive a lot of moisture down here into Mexico, and this is going to allow for a lot of rain in Arizona, New Mexico, and in the higher elevations could have some snow as well. This is not unheard of, but it is a little more uncommon. Here is our Friday temperatures. Very far to the north, we're looking at 20 to 25 degrees, well above average, and way up here into Canada as well with that. And here is our cold air. Again, it's not very significant cooler air. It's only like slightly below average. Maybe those of you over here in the central eastern U.S., southern Indiana, all the way into western North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia are going to get some of the cooler areas. But it may stick around as it is allowed to stay in the south a little bit. But those of you who are getting the Clipper system are not going to get a lot of the cooler air to keep that snow around, as we are going to be significantly above average. Right around the 18th, we have some cooler air dipping down. And it ain't just the Euro, because the GFS is showing the exact same thing around the same time. And the Euro AI model, well, not on the exact same date, it is showing well below average temperatures in the January 15th to 20th time frame, most likely 16th to 19th. So that is a very interesting thing to look for in the future, and I will see you guys later this week as this system is looking very potent, and we'll do more of a deep dive in the middle of the week. So see you soon.